What is going on, everyone? It's Nero again, and here for you, some Call of Duty Ghosts. We're playing a little bit of Domination here on the map Freight. We're using the Honey Badger, and another episode of KEM Strike Saturday is among us. KEM Strike Saturday, as you guys may guess from the title, is a series that goes up on Saturdays where I break down KEM Strikes. And this particular one was sent in to me by a guy named Leviathan. Alright, this is a long-time subscriber of mine. I see him commenting on my videos a lot. I'm aware of this guy. People think I have a big channel. My channel may have a high sub count, but really the same people have been watching my channel for years. Alright, and when you guys comment on my videos, I recognize a lot of your names. Like, you guys are like my friends, even though, like, you know, we don't know each other. It's weird. But yeah, his name is Leviathan. And I don't know why my brain always read it this way. Whenever I read a comment from him, I always assumed it was Leviathan. I don't know. He's not a giant worm, but in fact, he is actually a YouTuber, and he has a pretty good channel. You guys can check that out. There's a link in the description to that. But we're going to start talking about this KEM Strike. Now, we're going over this KEM Strike and reviewing it and trying to make some cliff notes as the things I want to point out a bit. The biggest thing is adapt and overcome, which is something that I have been preaching in Call of Duty since I've been making YouTube videos for freaking, what would it be, July of 2011. Long time. A long time I've been talking about Call of Duty and making Call of Duty videos and producing content for you guys every day. And one of the biggest things I want to stress to people is adapt and overcome, because Call of Duty itself is a different experience every time you play it. Okay, one of the reasons Call of Duty has been successful, and the reason it continues to be successful every year, is that it's a new experience every time you play it. It's not a story-driven game. Well, there is a campaign, but it's not a single-player campaign, and that the same thing's going to happen every single time you play it. When you play multiplayer, you're facing people, therefore it changes. And every game changes. It's not a set path of what's going to happen. And he did a good job of adapting and overcoming to what's happening in this game throughout the entire video. So at the very beginning, the B flag was contested. His team had A, and the enemy team was at C. Alright, he killed off all those people at C. You guys saw that. He was just running inside that building, which they were spawning outside of it and running inside. He ends up killing them. Now he's making his way back across the map because the enemy team is taking A. And being at C, it was pretty clear that the enemy team was not actually spawning over there. So he's going to try and make his way over. Now suddenly they're losing C, but you know, whatever, teammates over there, he's going to try and get. He knows the enemy team's today. And so what's he going to do? He's going to take the smart route and try and take the flank. Now on the map Freight, it's kind of hard to flank. Use underground. Use the underground tunnel. It works really well. Not only do you get a usually safe passage across the map and not have to cross the death wall that is in the middle of the map, but when you come up here and the enemy team's at A, you have that little head glitch which he was just using. And I think it should be noted that he's using the assault package, and his dogs go crazy in this game. I mean, the dogs they're either killing people or pointing out to him that there are people there, or enemy people are like shooting at the dog instead of shooting at him, and he gets the kill because of it. The assault package definitely works in his favor in this video, although it does make it kind of hard to keep track of exactly how many kills he has and what streak he's on. But notice he's leaning. Notice he leans a lot in this video, and maybe it's something I should implement more into my game, but he was leaning right there, and it was smart to do so. As you can see, there's a little tiny field here behind A, and it's actually a huge spawn point. In any game mode, a lot of people spawn there, mainly because it's so far back and there's so many crates and such between you and like where they spawn, that it's usually typically regarded as a safe spawn point, therefore people spawn there. So he's kind of keeping eyes on that, keeping tabs on that, but it doesn't appear to be anyone coming over. And as you can see, we just lost C. So he's like, okay, well, now that I'm over here, now I gotta go back. And like I said at the beginning of the video, adapt and overcome. The flags are constantly changing hands throughout this video, and he's constantly moving and adapting to where people are at. And I think that was a pretty good job. The map Freight itself can be kind of hard. There's a lot of close quarter fighting. You know, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff clustered throughout this map. You never know what to expect when you turn a corner. And for him to be able to make his way back and forth across the map using the underground tunnel, which I don't think a lot of people utilize enough, is going through this underground tunnel, and be able to get inside their buildings, be able to take people out. The silencer that comes with the Honey Badger definitely helped out on this KEM Strike. It definitely helps out a lot, but any gun can have a silencer. Put a silencer on your stuff. It makes things easier. You know, he opens up this door here, and he's going to run inside and try and get back upstairs to where he was getting all those kills earlier. Now, you may remember at the very beginning of the video, he's getting tons of kills, and he's seen that guy's name through the wall. That was an unfortunate incident for that poor person crouching there. But then again, that person was crouching in a corner looking out a window towards B, so I guess he deserved to die in his own respect. But he's back upstairs in the building. His dog is helping him a lot. Now, I'm not saying, run on assault, it's the best way to get kill streaks, and the best way to get chem strikes, but, I mean, your dog inside this little tiny cramped building is going to help you a lot. And I mean, it's going to help you a lot. He actually took a pretty big risk in my eyes, actually jumping out that window right there. If I were him, judging based upon where his teammates are at, which this is a tip I give all the time, use your teammates as UAV. Where your teammates are at is where the enemy team is not at, and you want to go where your teammates aren't. He kind of put his back to where the enemy was coming from, but it worked out for him. He ends up killing that guy. He's going to come back and run through the building. Just kind of staying mobile. Staying mobile. Don't try and camp one spot. To get a chem strike, to get a high kill streak, you're not going to be able to do it standing in one spot. You're going to need to keep moving around. You seen that guy moving, try to catch him up in the middle of the map, but apparently that guy went underground or got picked off by somebody else. He's going to keep on moving around through the building, though, which, like I said, is just kind of smart. Right now, it appears he doesn't really know where to go, which I find myself in that situation a lot when I'm playing. He's kind of just hoping someone kind of walks in front of him, or maybe he can hear somebody. But the enemy team is actually advancing towards the B flag, so he goes up, tries to get a few shots in. Doesn't really work out for him. And you can tell he's in like a panic mode right now because of how frantic he's moving around and whatnot. But right here, he's actually going to pick up the chem strike. I believe this person's going to walk through the door and he picks up the chem strike. And there is your 24-25 gun streak. Like I said, it's kind of hard to keep count. He was on a 35 kill streak, but 10 of those kills were with kill streaks, or maybe 11. So when you're running assault, it's definitely nice. Me personally, I recommend the assault package, even if you are going for chem strikes. Just because, if you're using specialists and you get shut down on a 20 kill streak, what do you have to show for that kill streak? Nothing besides those 20 kills. Now, if you go on a 20 kill streak and then you die, but you have a chopper gunner in your pocket and, a helo pilot and some attack dogs, it makes it a little bit worthwhile. So in my opinion, it's best to run the assault package when you're actually going for chem strikes and whatnot. But here, we're actually going to call in the chem strike. It's going to blow up. You got to knife the air. It's like a unwritten rule that you need to knife the air all the time when you're actually going for your chem strikes. And he ends up getting it. And it was a pretty good gameplay. I mean, he's 45-2 right now. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and skip towards the end of the gameplay, because that's what I like to do here on Chem Strike Saturday. So we can always check out the final score, see if he won, see if he lost, see what happened at the end of the gameplay. And here is what happens. He actually goes a final score of 63-9. 63-9. And it's actually funny. Other than I'm gonna bust your balls here, but it's actually funny. I had to stop and get a screenshot here of the final score, because instead of, having the big nice final score like everyone usually has at the end of gameplays, you decide to send a message to your friend over the PlayStation Network that you just got another chem strike. You didn't think I was going to bust your balls on that? I'm totally going to bust your balls on that. We want to see the final score. We don't want to see you sending a message. But either way, I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Chem Strike Saturday. Be sure to check out Leviathan. I said to me in the video, I always want to call him Leviathan. Levithan. But you want to check out his channel, there's a link in the description to him. He's a long-time subscriber of mine, so be sure to go and show him some love. If you guys like to send in your guys' chem strikes, it's very simple. All the stuff, I even made this nice little chart here for you guys to check out. Everything you guys will need to be able to send in your guys' chem strikes is right here. Make sure you disable resample, no color correction, no commentary. Upload it as unlisted here on YouTube and send it to me in a link in my YouTube message box. That's simple. I look through them. If they're good, if I feel as though I can break them down, help out my subs, pimp your channel a little bit, it's a win-win for everybody. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. We're going to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 gram rocks, that's how I roll. I got one